Good morning. Good morning. This is MoneyMantics. It's about finances. In case that's not your thing, now you know. Welcome to it. We are looking at AMC. It has dropped down to 41 today at this point in the open market. Coming back a little bit. What we're looking for is to see if we have any life in this thing after we get going here, which is totally possible. The pre-market, it's come down more. It's down to 42.57. Well, that's actually up a bit off its bottom, so we can say that much as well. Where'd we go with this? Whoops. Maybe I should have kept this right here. Yep, 42.38, which is good based on where we were a moment ago. And I still believe in it. I haven't changed anything. At this point, I'm pretty deep into this position, I think. I was thinking about actually picking up some more calls on it. Just because I do believe in it so much. And I have not done that just yet. Although I probably should get around to it if I plan to do it before it comes right back up on where it was. There, it's moving quick, huh? We'll go ahead and buy a few of these. I wish I had moved a little bit earlier. Let's say, yeah, it's already moved a few pennies. We'll wait a second. We'll see what's happening. I mean, you can buy these ones right now at a pretty decent clip, huh? Let's see what the ones are right on top of it here. 44, let's say. And those 44s are selling for, yeah, not even too much there, really. And that's because this is AMC and the prices have gone down a little bit, and it's also because a lot of people aren't as much, well, remember, it's Thursday and it's almost Friday. But then beyond that, a lot of people don't believe in it, even though a lot more do. So many people are requiring proof on AMC because they've been punked out too many times by it. But you can't be both ahead of the game and, getting on last minute. It's just not possible. Welcome. I'm your Happy Healer lover. Time now is 9:38. The market is open. We're at 42.55 on AMC. We'll go ahead and take a look at our other stocks we're into here. Looks like Moderrna's picked up a bit, which I like. There you go, Jason. Let's pick up on that Moderrna. What are we looking at on this play right now? Okay. So 42.50, and I think Moderrna has a good chance, although I've personally been out of it partly because I'm in the other one, although I do believe in Moderrna and I see it going to its value at some point. Right now, a lot of things are in play for Moderrna, so I do keep a close eye on it and well wishes, because it's my favorite stock, and when I see it do well, then I feel good about things. Let's go, Modernity. That's right. Let's go, Jason. I'm sure it's already heading up, so you got my best wishes on that. At one point it was up to 403. Remember, it's got to crouch to jump. So, and at one point here, it's sitting in between these two lines here, which is 400 is your bottom and your top is 404. So that's a pretty good spread right there. Remember, you're coming off of 393, so that's not bad. And let's go Moderrna. AMC's at 43.20 now. And I'm sitting here thinking about picking up positions as it's moving. Looks like it's moving pretty good. Maybe I ought to go back and relook at these positions. I should have picked up that one I was staring at. It's just that I don't have a lot to deal with this morning. And for every swing up, you're getting that swing down. So I'm just trying to keep an eye on that. Let's take a look at that on here. We've got a good, the only thing I'm worried about is that we're in this morning hour. But other than that, we've got a pretty good open going on here on AMC. And, like I said, after the opening hour, things tend to change. If anything, that's what I'm worried about. Starting tomorrow again, we'll be staying off of all of the, just going back on the financial channels for this stuff. And remember, if you like this content, you should go to MoneyMantics on Facebook or go to YouTube and type in Moderrna Excel's MoneyMantics. So it looks like it's doing a consistent, system here where it comes up, drops a bit, comes up, drops a bit. Now it's doing it again. So let's see how it follows through. It'll have to, if this is what it's really doing, it'll have to prove it to us by going past 43.31 here on its next peak. And then it'll look like we've got a pretty good thing going on. And I think more than just me want to see this thing go wild today. They were looking at it, and it appears as though we have what's called institutional money coming in. Because people, meaning apes, own the largest amount of share on this. And it's becoming a good enough bet for what's considered smart money to get in where apes are. So that's a good thing. And I like it. You better believe that. Yep, so maybe there you go. That's probably the swing right there. It's hard to say. Yeah. That's the one that needs to come above 43.30. There it goes. So this is looking good for AMC today. I think that it's probably wise I go ahead and pick up something down here, especially since my portfolio needs it. Could I make things worse? You better believe it. You better believe it. Oh yeah. You make things worse in a heartbeat. But it's going to come back down on itself. We'll see how far it goes. The next one should take us above 44. And we are growing, so we'll go ahead and jump in of 45. See, here's the thing. Once we start moving really quick on this thing, it's going to be a hot item. These prices will go up again. So we can pick up on that. We'll go ahead and pick up one, as we said. So that's out of the... Yeah. And it has come down a little bit. So now's a good time to be buying these assets if you're going to be getting into them. Although, I don't know, should I get in another one right now? So I hope this don't come back to haunt me. But I believe in it going up. Alright, we picked up another one for $1.87. That leaves us $1.04. And let's see where these two go. I think that next time we should pull up above. Let's see how that panned out. Yeah, next time here we should pull above this one, which will put us, hopefully knock us right into 44, and then we should start to take off from there, hopefully, and start moazing, baby. We want to see that thing push today, and if we can get that thing going, that'll be good. I don't know, maybe we'll get it going. Maybe we'll really do some good work here today. Maybe we'll make the difference. I think that that's totally possible. It's at 43.15 right now, meaning AMC. And Moderrna is at... I'm checking it on the other device here. Oh boy, it's at 398. It's becoming a tough day for Moderrna. And AMC's a tough day, but we might have some hope here. On either side. On both sides. $398 is not too far to come back from. Heck, we've seen Moderrna come back from much lower than that, even go higher. There it is. And then you could step into Cardano here, which crypto's been kind of lagging a little bit lately. So you see Bitcoin fell from 50,000 to 47. Ethereum from 33 to 31. Well, when I say 3,300 to 3,100. And then Cardano has gone from 295 to 259. And there's where we're at. Moderrna is still on the way down at 396.27. Hopefully that pushes up. And AMC's at 43.67. We're 196 down on the portfolio. We're 34 up on our 2 additional plays for the day. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Come on, folks. We can do this. The value of these August 27th call on the $85 strike, there's one of those, and then there's at the 70 strike, we have 12 of those. The value on those are really going to require us to show we have push power, that we're really going to go into 44 and stay there, and then move to 45, and that a short squeeze seems imminent. That's when those will start rising the right way. And so we still have yet to prove that. By no means have I said that we're at that level this morning just yet. I certainly do hope so. Today's Thursday. At about 10:30, I need to run an errand, and then I'll be back on. Remember, the market is 5 days a week, all day long. Some of that time, I'm going to have stuff to do. We're at 43.61 on AMC. It'd be nice if... Oh, let's see Regeneron. That's been a lost cause for us, really. Not as in it's not a good stock. It's just our time frame's not working out for us. We're approaching 44 on AMC, which is really good. That's showing promise. Remember, people are building hope in it. It's already at 43.98. We are up 56 on our call. Well, we're above 44 now. So that's going to be good. Let's go take a look at Moderrna. It's at 397. So it so often does. It pushes really fast and then gives back turf. So remember, it's just doing what it always does. Could that work for you? Sure. Doesn't matter what direction you're in at this point. Could still work for you. What was that one? That was a notification on Discord. Okay. Yeah, Jason's ready for a push-up now. Well, Jason, we're praying for you, buddy. Let's get it on up for you. Right now, we're going to move, see where we're at here. We're pushing along. Tell you what, that Moaz might be today. And a lot of people say, let it be, let it be. And we're up 115 on those two we took on earlier, which is good. And on the day, we're up 148 now, again, which is good. We're showing ourselves a little bit more active. That means we're higher today than where we ended yesterday now. We're already at 44.51, and people were saying that the conditioning on AMC has that look, feel, and attitude of today not being a very boring day, and well, it's turning out to feel that way so far. We are on our way up. We have AMC at 44.75, working the 45, and Regeneron still sitting at 660s. And we have Moderrna sitting at 397.73. And wishing everyone a good and safe and happy day. We are moving along. The next move is for AMC to make it above 45. Right now, really, it hasn't sustained itself in the high 44s, so really that would be the area. And then let's get to our chart on this. I was in a dream state last night. I was dreaming a lot. There we are, look at that. We are, time now is 9:54 a.m. So we're looking good. And again, we're on all of our channels because we're pushing for the AMC short squeeze, and I wanted to report that to everybody. But come tomorrow, it won't be on all the channels again. So 44.40. If you have any questions for me, simply leave those questions inside of your comments section, and I'll pick it up from there. On AMC, we're at 44.64. I think for those who are waiting for sufficient proof, they're beginning to get it. That AMC is on an upswing here, though they might wait out longer. Like I said, they don't want to be tricked in. So right now, we are still struggling to get and hold above 44. We moved quite a bit, so that's natural, just so you know. That is a natural thing at this point. It moved pretty far, so let's see if it could turn. Shouldn't have to go down that far, so let's see if it turns around and starts flying right back on up. Yep. Moderrna T is at 395. I've been concerned with crypto. I was thinking about selling at 4,200. Oh man, we need a good day today, all of us do, right? I'm a little concerned here with AMC where we're at. We're still up on our previous pickups here, but we're ready to go up now. Just running into a little bit of friction maybe. It's turning around now, so remember it went up quite a bit here. It moved fast right at this level. And right now we're pulling on 10 a.m., so it's kind of a switching gears in the day. I think we'll catch a wind right around here somewhere. We were at it hard and strong yesterday, weren't we? Remember, I fell asleep during the last hour of the day. I woke up and it was too late. I was head in, first thing on both of these, on pretty much all my positions. I couldn't get out at that point. I was both feet in. And I was okay with that. After I seen it, I said, okay, maybe it's a sign. So now today we gotta run. Remember, I work off of signs too, so I was doing my best to stay awake. It was just so hot. Coming up to 444 again. And cryptos, let's say I'll speak for Cardano, is coming up to 261. And I don't want to tolerate too much more of a loss on this because I don't want it to take my gains away. I'm still up a pretty good amount. I'm up about 800 on Cardano. A little bit more than that. No, about 800 now, about 800. And we're seeing the volatility pick up here on AMC. So let's hope that translates into something special here. And on Moderrna, we're gonna check that here. Let us go ahead and do that on here. We're gonna make it to 44. I'd like to see that. I suspect we'll jump up here in just a second. See what the people are saying. Yeah. Let's go. Oh, Moderna's being a hard one to crack today, huh? Okay, we crossed 44. Almost. Okay, we're climbing up 44 now. And now we fell below again. People are waiting to see it push past 44, and then we'll see that volume kick on even higher and harder. Hasn't been so bad for today. It's still waiting to see that push. What I want to talk to you guys about is if you go back to the 3-month, pull back a bit here. When we made this run up to start with, it was a lot like what we're dealing with now. It had a tiny step back like that, like what happened yesterday, and then it flew again. So that's totally on the works for today. And remember, when it first started flying back in June or May, that's when, and then it kept having those great days for a while here. Now we're getting above 44, still working on it. And so that's good. Let's go back to a day chart here. That shows us promise, and we're at 43.88. Good morning, everybody. Remember, when we come back on at when we take off around 10:30. We'll come back on later. We're heading towards that 44 again. It's a common dilemma here, breaking through some number. Let's go take a look and see if we're still falling at Moderrna. We're trying to bring Moderrna up. Where you at, Jason? Man, it's tough. And we were rooting for it. Moderna's hard to figure out right now. What are people saying? I love this volatility. You can make money in the volatility, but the dude's probably got more than 25K, able to jump in and jump back out and all this crap. That's what they like doing. I don't blame them, but the rules should be the same for everyone. I mean, the only lessons and teachings the market should have to offer are what the market teaches. Right, we're at 44. Let's push. There we go. That looks like we possibly right here can push up. We'll see. I'm looking for that to break out. To break out above 44. And then to keep pushing. Because all we're looking for this thing to do for the past couple of days is to get on its short squeeze pattern and to start rising in value to get to 50. Okay, we're dropping a little bit here. Nobody likes to see that, although it's not sticking. We're popping back up, which is a common thing we've been doing. We are officially beyond the 10 o'clock hour, so let's hope that that's not a pattern that it's forming out to be. We don't want that. Naked brand stock looks to squeeze shorts as AMC Entertainment GameStop stage rebounds. Right. Yeah, that's a distraction headline, it seems like to me. That's a hardly enough movement to say, oh, it's shorting out. Like give me a break. I don't see it that way myself. Although it's exactly how they do it. They knock people right out of the stock that's gonna make it if we all make it together. They're trying to stop us from all making it together. And let's check GameStop. It's at 207. And remember, they're up because this thing started, pushing up for the short squeeze in the first place. So let's continue to push on that. Maybe we'll get somewhere. We're coming down on AMC right now. Not too much. Doesn't look like it's in risk of coming to below 43. Looks like it's more likely to go above 44 still. In fact, it's raising right now, which is exactly what we all want to see. Let's go to 44. Come on. Almost. Almost. This time. It's teeter-tottering. Let's go. 44. It was just shy of 44. It needs to get to 44 and hold over 44. It's important that when it makes progress that it holds. Just to get there for a glimpse is not what we need. We need it to hold and then persist. And that's a hard thing for any stock to do. But when you have enough support, then that's a good thing, because that's what you do then. So we want to see it go beyond 44 to push up again. Push up with some real ferocity. 4397. Almost there, almost 44. There we are. 44. Let's keep it. That is 44. Keeping 44 is really important, not just getting it, keeping it. So far it's been a struggle, which means we're not impressing the onlookers, the FOMO buyers, not yet. Although they're looking on. They're not going to take their eyes away from this unless it drops below 40. And that's the same truth I told you a couple of days ago. I'm concerned about what's developing right now, but then again, that doesn't have to mean a whole lot. It's done that already several times and bounced right back up. Really what we're doing is we're trading between 43.50 and 44. We need to get to the next level, 44 and 44.50. And then, move up from there. And now we stepped even below that, so it's getting concerning. I don't think it's going to fall below 43. I think it'll start coming back up before it does that. I think right now it's kind of as low as it wants to be at the moment. And we'll see. Remember, there's a lot of short attacks going on too. But that doesn't mean they're out of the water. Oh no. That means that they've got a fight on their hands. If more and more people recognize that, like the apes have proven themselves so many times, how long does it take for the apes to prove themselves before you realize they're not giving up? And that all you need to do is join them. The more people that join the apes, the better off it is for people. The apes fight for people. Normal people. Yeah, Ryan, I agree. Yeah, there's a lot of effort in there. The volume is high. I think we can pick up more FOMO than that too. But we'll have to get into 44 and stay sustained. This 43.28 level, that's dropping down because of, you nailed it right on the head, manipulation. We talked about it on last night's MoneyMantics. Manipulation. These short sellers, they're selling off America's future. That's why what I respect most in the market right now, I respect the apes, because they're change makers. They're looking to change the system. They're not in it. Really, they would like to make money as they go, sure. But man, they so bad want to get rid of that gorilla on all of our backs. And so, and what is that gorilla that's on all of our backs? It's not AMC. It's those hedge funds. And they're just ridiculous, man. They gotta go. So we're turning around and coming back up, Ryan. Good morning, whiteboard. It's good to see you. And Ryan. Let's pull up now. Let's let that be our lull for this morning. Come on. Any more of that nonsense, and we had enough of that now. We'll come back here and take a look. Yep, even on our opening plays, we're a little bit down now. And it's not because we actually bought them a bit around about this area. The reason why they're down is because people are losing a bit of their excitement. But I don't buy that that's the end answer. Not yet. No sirree. This thing will kick off and it'll shock everyone. I mean, remember, that's what it did when it took off from 37. It wasn't at no extremely high number when it took off, and it traveled to 50 and then settled back, did some consolidating. And really, I mean, it's due to do the same thing again here. And if you go back in the past, it stepped back a bit before it rushed forward. And so we've experienced this exact scenario. So it is expected. Ryan says, and it's how they make the average human scapegoat of what the world is, what is wrong with the world. I agree with that. By perception, we are the angry loose cannons, when in reality, they have all the patience and money. Well, that's right. Money buys them the patience, and we're the angry loose cannons. You should listen to MoneyMantics. Maybe you already do. I think you do, right? And the fact of the matter is that that's exactly true, my man. Like I say, I'm not too worried about the guy screaming. He's been getting screwed lately. I'm worried about the quiet one. The one with smiles. As they speak to you with, like Ryan said, all that patience, and then stab you in the back. And then we don't have to stare at numbers. We could just get on to doing that good work. You know, like everybody looks at this stuff and they hope they can live their dreams, right? Why don't we just skip the part where we're hoping to live our dreams and just start living our dreams? Which means our government should be investing in all of our futures. That's what the Fed is for. That's what's so magnificent about the setup. But we don't have good leadership that's bringing us together. 43-23. So let's push up on it. Yeah, we sure don't have good leadership that realizes how important unity is. Unity is a real superpower for us. If we get unity together, we get to all work on something, you know, like a national mission that we all agree on. And what should that national mission be? Should it be lower taxes for rich people? No. Should it be the Democrats' agenda? No. No. It should be one thing. Humanity. Take care of humanity. Take care of the humanity in America, and then we can set a good example for everybody else. Really do it right. We're at 43-33. To advance, we're going to have to get into robotics and technological prowess. and achievement. We're going to have to break new barriers. And that's what they're keeping us from. Okay, we are coming back up. We did not fall below 43, which to me that shows strength for the onlookers. And let us get to 44 and start climbing like we're supposed to. And that was nothing more than a momentary, like it never happened. Yep. Yesterday around 3:30, after all that heat was coming in the day, my head just went slowly like this. And then it came up about an hour later. And we kept a number of viewers on for that. I guess you like the way the top of my head looks. We're at 43.40. Yeah, we want to see it bounce up. There you go. Alright, let's take a look here at Moderrna. GameStop. GameStop's sitting about where we expected it. And Moderna's coming up a bit. I know it's not nearly enough for what Jason wants. We gotta pull up harder than that. AMC. Yep. Let's just pull back here and see what we're looking at here. There it is. Okay. Here's where all that action came in. And it started from down here. And it just said swoop. And then now it stepped back a bit, did some consolidating, and now you see that volatility actually is picked up right about here, which was in the morning hours, and then it picked up above that, made it to 44. And now we're just right here in between. So we're for the day, we're not up or down, we're in between. And we're pushing up. We're proving ourselves every time we touch the 44 and go higher. Yep, you're right, brother. I hear you, Ryan. Yeah, no, I know you're not yelling at anybody here. We're all on the same team, my brother. I'm gonna read what you wrote. I'm gonna read it out here in a moment. And we're still climbing. But yeah, I'm going to read this because I think this really speaks to a lot of apes. And then I'm going to speak to your type here, Ryan. You are a change maker. You are, I believe, somebody who's willing to take the fight to the distance. There's a lot of these people who are just, all they want to be and all they are investors. They're not trying to change the world. They have no interest in being picket holders or, what would you say? They're not trying to improve conditions for us. They're just trying to make money only. And if it means improving conditions, they'll step out of the play. I've talked to those types. So let's read what you're saying. I'm not being a jerk or yelling at you. I'm really upset that they pulled this in the middle of a run and the SEC just sits on their hands. This last move was a blatant pump and dump. They did this. Sorry, and Ryan G is saying this, I've got 8 months in AMC. What's left of my dead father's money? This was supposed to be a way to get up in the market, and they are screwing an honest American by behaving this way. Ryan, count yourself and now add. I talk about this all the time. It's what MoneyMantics is about. Count yourself and now add me to it, and now add many others. All of us are going through that same thing. That's why I say it's important that we pull together strong and fight for what's right for people that have value and purpose. It dropped here below 43. It is a blatant attacks. Literally did that while I was reading your comment. And what doesn't break the apes really pisses them the hell off, so watch out. But I don't get that. People, they lose it and they're not change makers. I mean, I think they think, oh, well, there's something better coming around the corner. I got news for you. I'm 42. There's nothing better coming around the corner, okay? Either you make change in this country, the change we all deserve, or all we have to look forward to is more of the same. That I could promise you. Yep, they're destroying lives. And that's what they do. That's what they're really good at. If you want to know what they're good at, these hedge funds and these bastards at the top who don't believe that, we need it any better. To them, this is great. What we got now is great. But remember, at any moment, it could just, look how quickly it went from here to here. So, today is turning out to be a volatile day a bit here. And if that could turn into what amounts to what happened back in May, then you'll see here, right? It damn near more than doubled, came back a little bit, right? Stepped down a little bit, and then, tripled after that. So just don't lose your hope. We're coming back towards 43. And remember, once we cross 43, we get out of 42 again. That also means something. And it means something good for us. We don't want to be in 42. We're coming on 10:30. There we go. Now we're above 43. See how we came back up like that? Now let's push to 44. Yep, we're moving up. Sometimes you push too hard down and you piss the apes off and they come back with more vigor. So unless you want a vigorous ape coming at you, watch out. Man, I wish I didn't have to go anywhere this morning. That's it, man. We're creating a morning little club over here. I want you guys to come to it so we can confer on the world. Let's get up to 44. We're at the same battle we've been at. Never mind what just happened. That went away. Now we're on the higher end of the previous battle. Let's go win it. Let's get to 44. About another 5 minutes, I suppose. Come on. And get me on Discord. I'll show you where it is here. You see I go into it all the time. And it's a good place to get me at. And we're building it up. So the Discord is in the link below. In the description. We're at 43.20 and dropping a bit, but that looks like we're getting ready to drop just a bit to rise even more. That's what it looks like. So see how it plays out here. We're at 43.18. Let's go. Remember, it doesn't work on our timeline, and we had extra volume here that brought us up. So we've had some people say we've got institutional money coming in too. Could just be apes working at it. I think that's just apes. Strong apes. And now let's push it up. We had our red candle. Now let's go. And there is a lot of manipulation. There's tons of it. The good news is if we overcome it, it'll just be that much more power that drives us up later. And speak your mind, folks. I like it when you comment. I keep an eye on those. I mean, I'm only going to stick around here probably for another 5 minutes and then I'll go, but still. 43.13. And I will be back on. I'll check back on and we'll see where we stand with this. Hopefully by then we'll all be very happy. And so it looks like our biggest rises have occurred in sudden bouts. And then we're challenged when we come down a little bit off of that. Like here, we had a sudden bout, right? Upon our opening, yes. But a sudden move. Wait a second, hold on. I'm not looking at the right spot. That happens sometimes. Let me get out of this. There we go. It always looks a little different than it should be looking at that level. We fell below 42 again, damn it. Just as that was happening. And so we had that nice little U-turn. Let's do that again and this time climb up. It's been tough. We've been averaging down from 44. But, you know, I'm just trying to keep hope with us. Hopefully we can turn it around. Maybe once I take a break and come back, it'll be what we needed. Yeah, we had a good push there. That's more like it. I was looking at the wrong chart before. it's important not just to look at the right chart, but to make sure you're on the right time frame. Now, we really want to see, when we're working it like this, it's important we see this next move up take us past the last peak. And that's what we haven't been seeing. That peak didn't beat this peak. This peak didn't beat that peak. So that's what we'll need to see in a turnaround. Remember, I'm in this with you. If you too are fed up with the way things are, become activated with me. We're not a bad group of people. We're Americans who want a better future for us all. We're coming up to 43 again. Let's go. And that means pay attention to what we're doing in MoneyMantics, become more involved in that, listen to and also tell your own stories. Listen to the stories I tell and tell your own stories. And just like Ryan was telling a moment ago, and don't be afraid for other people to hear that. You know, we're working for a better future, and we put everything we've got into it, and we still lose. It's just not fair, especially in situations where we're doing everything right. And the system has bad mechanisms, bad ways, and bad means. Ways that work against us, just like the pattern day trade rule, just like what every day the hedge funds are doing to American investments. They're really perverted because they use American investment to fight the American. It's unbelievable, really. It gets me. It really does. So if you want to be a part of that good work, because you too are just tired of this and you're not going to put up with it anymore, and you're not going to do something crazy, so you're definitely going to do something to change it though, then get on the sane message. Don't be like these crazy bastards that are destroying our lives. Let's make them out to be the true crazy ones instead of us. And let's tell that story every day, everywhere we go. And let's commit every waking moment to that life, to telling that story. Because you know what? Unless we change it and grow as a group, I have sad news to report for my fellow American friends. We are not going to improve this situation. Americans don't get to win just because they stopped talking about it, got hurt, and others noticed. They're not noticing. There's a very high number of people in America that are doing just well enough that their fear is kicked in. And they'll accept this hell for as long as they need to, as long as they're doing better than what they see those of us who are not doing so well doing. So remember that. Don't accept that. And the only way we get to have better, well, let me tell you what commitment I've made. I'm not focused on dating in this life now. I'm 42. It's not because I'm an ugly guy. It's not because I don't know how to date. It's not because I don't like sex or any of that stuff. I'm not a hermit. In fact, I want the better world to come. And the sad truth is that that better world isn't coming. When you find a special somebody, their minds are just as bad going through this greed and fear as everyone else. Turns out they're not the best partners, not in that state. That they have to get out of that mind of greed hell. I call this greed hell. And what the hedge funds do is greed hell. And what we're living and persisting through is greed hell. And I want to see a true loving life available, real happiness. I want to see lovers win. I want to see people come together not looking at each other for their money. I want to see relationships lasting. I want to see marriages last, happiness last. It's just not happening for regular people in the way greed hell does things. I'm sorry. So we cannot accept greed hell under any circumstances. So realize that no matter what we do on the market, you know, I know there's Meaty McGreedy and they always talk about how great they're doing because they got lucky in COVID, and they just sit forever. They can afford to be like what you and I can't afford to be. And you said it best, Ryan, patience. They got all that patience in the world. And we know that it's not right. We don't want to sit in front of a computer screen for the rest of our lives hoping that it turns out. We want to get straight to that passionate work. We want to be straight to that loving work. That's why we need an income for all, and to take care of people, and to make sure that we're all working towards that world of abundance. I'm so certain of this. Trust me on this. It's the only way we're going to survive. So you already know I've been getting beat up in my account. Let's see how hard. I'm 726 down. Net liquidity is 1100. If I were to exit out of this play and completely lose all hope in this play right now, that's where I would be. Am I going to do that? No. Not because I'm stubborn, but because I'm a dreamer. And I know the upside if we get running. And I don't want to be out of that upside, not just yet. Especially in an environment where I can't get back in. Because remember, the pattern day trade rule keeps us on the bottom. That is seemingly what it is designed to do. Why else would they come up with such an archaic, stupid rule? They're not doing it for themselves, folks. That's all you got to look at. Who does it affect, right? That's all you got to look at. But I've been at this for a long time. I have the right ideas. And by the way, when we talk about those answers, we don't just say those answers the end. No, we say all the right stuff that's wrong with society, the things that touch your heart, it's true too. And then we talk about the answers on how to get out of that system, those problems, those ways that are killing us. And then we go further than that, and we do our best to put love to power, in that sense that I've ran for president in the past, and I'll likely do so again in the future. And those are the things you need to pay attention to, and also just be a part of the system and the process, and us normal people. Remember, the only reason I ever ran is not because I'm a condescending candidate like those folks are, but because I'm one of us. I feel it, you see it. Look where I live. Look what they put us through. And it's recognizing that and saying it's going to take somebody who's sane from the bottom, who understands what it is that we're suffering from, who won't become corrupted and forget that mission when they get to the place of power like they all do. They get the support from the people that are down here and then get up there and serve themselves. We can't have that. So, folks, like I was saying all morning, I've got to get going. We are continuously dropping here. We're at 42.36 right now. I wish the best for us going into this next hour and a half. I'll be gone, probably closer to 2 hours, and I'll be back here, and we'll pick it up when I come back. God bless you. We'll see you soon.